Hey guys, welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we are over in The Sims 4 and I am building in Brindleton Bay, and I have really been in the mood to build a retirement home or like a retirement community, I guess. Well, it'd be more like a retirement home because everybody sleeps in the same building. But anyways, I have been in the mood to build one of these ever since Adventure Awaits came out, and it made it a lot more playable to be able to play in retirement homes. And it's been on my mind ever since. I just never got the chance to build one yet. I was kind of tossing ideas back and forth. And one day I said, you know what? That is what I'm in the mood to build, so that is what I'm building today, and I really hope you enjoy today's speed build. I had so much fun building it for you guys. Of course, if you do enjoy this video, or if you learn anything from it, please do not forget to leave a like and also subscribe if you have not already, and share this video with your friends if they are Simmers as well, and if you think that they would enjoy it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below of what your favorite part of today's speed build is. When deciding on the specific location for this retirement home, I tossed around a few ideas. I almost went over into Gibby Point because that is where, you know, Adventure Awaits expansion pack is based out of, but I didn't necessarily want like a cabin look for this retirement home. I really wanted it to look, I guess at this point, it's kind of suburban, but it's more so craftsman. I was looking at a certain inspiration picture and it had these paneled windows, and I just thought it looked really good and exactly what I wanted to build. It also had these brick columns in the front, it had the brick and the paneled siding on the exterior walls, and it just looked very much like a craftsman style home. And it also had the little areas on the top where the roof is that has the pop-out walls with the paneled windows and the roof eaves on the top, and then that is like the classic craftsman look that we all know and love so much. Well, at least I do. It's one of my favorite looks as far as like houses go, especially in The Sims. So I figured, what better neighborhood other than Brindleton Bay is there for craftsman style buildings? And so that is ultimately why I chose to build here in Brindleton Bay, but also I absolutely love this lot. If I'm building a bigger build, this is my favorite lot here in Brindleton Bay. I love the surrounding area. It is so pretty. It has the ocean in the background, and you can actually walk down to the beach from this lot. Of course, the Cats and Dogs expansion pack came out before we could actually swim in oceans. That didn't come out until, I believe, Island Living. If not that, then Discovery University. I can't remember which one it is. My mind goes to Island Living as like the obvious option, but I feel like Discovery University came out before Island Living, and I know for a fact you can swim in the little like canal or bay area in Brightchester. So, I mean, feel free to let me know down below which one it exactly is, but I don't think Island Living came out too long after Discovery University. I could be totally wrong. It's been so long I can't quite remember, but you guys know what I mean. It's been a long, long time since Cats and Dogs has come out, and so long that we couldn't even swim in the oceans yet. So I really wish that they would have went back to the previous packs, because at that point there wasn't that many packs out, you know? And I really wish they would have went back and edited all of the neighborhoods that had oceans, especially like here in Brindleton Bay. It would have been awesome to be able to swim in that little ocean, especially for the dogs and the cats, but especially the dogs, you know. They love to swim in water. They love to swim. Dogs love swimming in real life. They can swim now in these swimmable areas. Like, at least they added that feature that dogs and I think even cats can swim, but it was definitely a missed opportunity to not be able to swim in that little beach down there, because it would have been so cute watching the stray animals like swim down there, or your pets if you walk down there. But we can't swim down there. It is what it is, but at least you have the beautiful view of the ocean. And I did include a pool in the back of this retirement home. I figured that was like the perfect way for these elder sims to easily get some physical activity in. But that's not the only physical activity option that they have. I also included a little gym in the back area. There's a few different components to this retirement home. I seen in the inspiration photo that it had several buildings stemming from the main building. I was only able to fit one, unfortunately, but I guess that's better than nothing. I just really loved the look of having the sidewalks going all around the property, and it leads to all of the other areas in the back of the main building. But like I said, I was only able to fit the one building back there, and I chose to do a gym. It is actually a relatively large gym, especially since with Adventure Awaits, you're able to hire like spin class instructors and different fitness instructors, and I absolutely love the thought of that. The thought of the Elder Sims going to morning cycle classes is just so cute to me, and I feel like super realistic too. A lot of older people in real life, especially in these retirement homes, they're very active. They like to stay as active as possible, and so I could totally see this being a thing in real life. You know, I was not able to fit 6 of these in the little fitness room. I was only able to fit 3, unfortunately, but that is because I wanted to add other fitness machines too, not just the cycles. And so I fit a couple of the weightlifting machines, I fit a couple treadmills, and one punching bag area, and then I have a couple of mirrors in a few parts of this area as well, with some of those like weightlifting little decoration pieces. It came with Love Struck, I think, so you're not actually able to use those. Obviously, you'll see me place them. I can't remember if it's now or later because I do end up leaving here in just a moment and going to the main part of the house and kind of getting all of that area done before I finish up this fitness area. I just wanted to get over here and get like the main look together to really see the finished product in my head before I actually finish it, if that makes sense. I just like to do that to be able to see if the layout is gonna work, basically. But when I made this building, I loved the idea of having these super large windows in the back where you could see the cliff area where the water is and the trees and all of that. I just thought that would be the perfect view for these Elder Sims while they're working out. And yes, I did cut out a little portion of this video. It was a lot of trial and error on my part as far as building this building and doing the floor plan over in the main part of the retirement home. It, just wasn't fun to watch. It wasn't really needed. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as the layout goes. If I had to cut something out, I felt like that was the thing to cut out, and so I did. But you'll see the layout as I'm furnishing the rooms in the retirement home. You'll see exactly how the layout is, and I'll talk a little bit about it as I'm furnishing each room. But other than the fitness area in the backyard, obviously we have the pool area that I was talking about. And on the inside of the main building, I have a game room. I have like a sitting room slash entertainment room sort of thing where you can sit down and watch TV if you're just feeling kind of lazy but you want to work on your fun need as well. And we have a kitchen, and we also have the like dining area slash cafeteria where they actually sit down and eat. And we have several bedrooms on the inside. I think I ended up being able to fit 6, 3 on each side, which is mainly for the actual Elder Sims that are staying in this retirement home. But if you are going based off of the schedule that comes with Adventure Awaits in the custom venue catalog, then they also have visitors that stay here as well, which I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's kind of weird to have visitors staying the night, and I wasn't sure where I wanted to put the visitors, so I made some of the rooms have multiple beds, and so maybe if there's a family member staying here for one of the Elder Sims, they can stay in the same room, You know what I mean? So it's really up to you for your gameplay. You could either have one of the rooms designated for the visitors, or you can do what I said and maybe the visitors stay with whoever they're visiting. And you can also just delete the visitors altogether and you can just add more elder sims and they can share rooms. There's some of the rooms that have just one bed, some of the rooms have two beds, and some of the rooms have three beds. I really wanted to change it up in that aspect. I felt like that made a lot more sense and it's a lot more customizable for you guys if you play in here. You can really pick and choose which room you want and how you want your gameplay to be, whether you want them to have a roommate or not. There is also a main area in the front. I end up putting a little counter in there to make it look like there's a receptionist that stays there and checks people in, like visitors or the elder sims that stay here. But obviously there's not actually going to be a receptionist there. It's really just for the look. I also have a little sitting area in there as well if there's visitors that come for your elder sims and they just want to sit and talk and then leave, or if you just want to sit and talk like with other elder sims in this community home. Totally up to you guys. I end up having an area at the top of this build. It's on the top story. That is where all of the workers sleep, like the gym instructors, the entertainer, the retirement home manager, whoever the workers are, maybe the cleaning staff, the chef, whoever the workers are, they stay upstairs. I have several beds up there for them. And of course, they have their own bathroom up there as well. I have a couple of bathrooms in the fitness area in the back. You've probably seen me add those. There's like a room full of showers. I chose the showers not only in the fitness area back there, but also in the main part of the building. There is like a separate room for the showers and then a separate room for like bathrooms. I chose to use the Discover University like shower cubbies so that multiple people can take showers at the same time. And then of course, like I said, there is a separate room for the actual like toilets and the sink. In the main part of the building, that is on one side, and on the other side, right next to the kitchen right here, is just a separate like family bathroom. I end up putting a little changing table in there just in case someone brings their child for some reason. Like if a visitor brings their kid to see their grandma or grandpa. And then there's obviously like a toilet and sink area, just a separate like main bathroom for the guests or the elder sims or the workers to use if they don't want to go to the other side of the building to use the main bathrooms. But the first room we are furnishing is the kitchen. I really wanted to make this a super cute, homey style kitchen. I feel like that fits a retirement home. It just seems like the exact style that elder sims would love. And I have a few different things in here as far as functional items. I have an ice cream maker that I just added. I have a microwave. There is a chef that works here and makes like breakfast and dinner, but I figured if your elder sims are hungry in between those times, they could come in here and grab a snack or maybe a bowl of cereal from the cereal box over there. Maybe they can come make themselves some ice cream, them and their friends, just a few different things to give you that option to come in here and just grab a snack if they get hungry in between meal times. Maybe they're not even hungry during mealtime, you know what I mean? And so I just like to have those different options. And I also put a grocery bag in here, honestly, mainly just for the decoration. I really love the look of the grocery bag. I think it's super adorable, but also if you have cottage living installed, you could make this into a simple living lot trait so that you have to order groceries. You could probably have the chef or maybe the manager of the whole community order groceries on a daily or weekly basis to keep groceries in stock. It just makes it a little bit more realistic. I really love to play with the simple living lot trait when I play my independent like game, my personal game. It just is so fun to have that realistic aspect. And if you have the kitchen clutter kit, that grocery bag is actually functional where you can click on it and order groceries straight from that bag, and I love that touch. So it's not only a cute piece of clutter, but it actually has a realistic use to it as well. So basically it's not just another useless piece of clutter. You know what I mean? So I love that they actually added those touches of making a lot of those items in that kit actually functional. As long as you actually clip those items to the counters, of course. I did learn that the hard way. I did several builds using those items, and I just freely place a lot of my items to get exactly where I want it to be. But then I realized it made those items not functional. So just FYI, if you guys don't know that by now, that is actually a thing. Like, you have to clip those onto the counters to be able to use them. And while we are on the subject of using functional items in some of the kits, there's another kit that came, I think it's the Bridgerton series that came out after Royalty and Legacy. A few items in there that are actually functional. One of those being that little like, oh, this thing. Yeah, the little like tower of desserts and snacks. I think there's even sandwiches on there. That is actually functional, and you can get several different things from that object. You have to pay for it, that's the only thing. But I love the fact that you can get a whole bunch of different like snacks and desserts from that object. I have it right now in the kitchen, but I do end up moving it to the little dining area, which ends up turning out super cute. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do this little dining area until I finally realized it looked super bland having just the dining table and chairs in here. And then I came up with an idea. There was like the perfect little indentation in the room to add a little like coffee nook or breakfast nook, you know? So I have a few counters here with some of the longer cabinets on each side just to fill it up a little bit better. I end up putting a coffee maker out here for the elder sims or the visitors, and this is where I end up adding that little like tier or tower of desserts. And it's actually perfect in here because then your sims can go up here and purchase whatever it is they want to eat for breakfast or lunch that day. Maybe you only want the chef to cook for dinner and you have them come here and actually purchase their breakfast if they want something special, or they can have a bowl of cereal from the counter. You know, it kind of frees up a little bit of time for your sims to have just something quick for breakfast and then have an actual nice dinner later in the day. At the tables themselves, I have 6 chairs at each one, so I feel like that's more than enough space for the elder sims and the visitors. And then on the tables, I wanted it to look like it was more so for functionality than, you know, looks. And so I added the little item from Kitchen Clutter Kit that looks like a tower of different condiments. I really liked the thought of that. I thought it was super cute. And then I just put some other decorations on the wall. I mean, the most interesting part about the dining area is definitely that little breakfast nook or coffee nook, whatever really you want to call it. I think that's definitely the highlight of the cafeteria / dining room. We are now working on the reception area of the retirement home, and when you first walk in the front door, you meet this little desk with a computer. I put a cell phone, not a cell phone, a landline phone, you know, where people could call in to the community itself. You know, maybe ask for one of the elder sims or ask what the hours of the business are, whatever questions they have, they call the front desk. And I have a little book there that, in my mind, would probably be to sign visitors in, or maybe even the elder sims, whoever stays here, that is where they sign in and get their room number, you know? That's really my train of thought as far as that area goes. It's obviously not functional. I mean, your sims could use the bookshelves there, but other than that, it's really not a functional area. It's more so for looks and storytelling purposes. But I also have a little lounging area right off of the reception area. For one, I thought it made sense to have a little sitting area for visitors that are just here for a short time, or even your elder sims that just want to hang out and talk and not really watch TV or anything. They just want to have good conversation. And really, honestly, what other option is there for this area? I almost put a couple of game tables here but I decided to have a whole separate room for the game tables instead. And so this is really just a sitting area. This whole room is more so for looks than functionality, but I thought it made a lot of sense, and I do think it turned out super cute. I do have a radio in here, however, so I guess it's a little bit functional. They could either grab a book and read it over here, or they can listen to music, or like I said, just have some really nice conversation with one another. I am now working on the kind of like a living area of the retirement community. It's where they can go and watch TV. Maybe their favorite sports games or their soap operas, just to have some sort of entertainment. I do know, okay, I almost added a little like microphone with a stand on it here, so maybe the entertainment could come do some stand-up comedy in this room, but then it didn't really make sense because if the Sims are listening to music or watching TV and then having someone do stand-up comedy, it just was too much going on at once. So I actually ended up adding the microphone over in the cafeteria. I figured they could eat their meals and have some entertainment and listen to the comedy act that the entertainer performs. I have no idea, to be totally honest. I just know that I wanted to add one of the microphone stands so that it was like a completely finished build if you're going based off of the default retirement home schedule that automatically comes with Adventure Awaits. They have an entertainer as part of the worker list, so I'm not really sure why, to be totally honest, but I wanted it to be completely finished for that default schedule, and so that's really why I added it. If you don't like it, you could totally delete it. I think the entertainer will do something. They'll either grab a guitar. I also put a piano or like a keyboard in the game room so they can use that to entertain the Sims. I think they'll even like dance for them. So there's a few different ways they can perform for the Elder Sims, but I don't know, I just added a microphone just to make it feel more complete, I guess. I really don't get the entertainer aspect of it. I mean, I kind of get it, it's to entertain the Elder Sims, but there's so much going on as far as like the game room, the entertainment room to watch TV, the pool in the back, the fitness area in the back, that I feel like the entertainer is a little bit overkill. So if I was personally playing, I would just delete the entertainer altogether. Like, I wouldn't even add them to the list of the workers. I would much rather the Elder Sims entertain themselves because, like I said, there's plenty of stuff to do here. So I really wanted to add a whole room full of computers as like a computer room, but there was not enough rooms available in this main building for me to do that. So I added just one computer for the whole build. But these are Elder Sims. They don't like to go and play on the computer and stuff. They really don't even know how to use the computer. So I feel like it makes sense. It's just there in case they need to order something or whatever they need the computer for. I just have a huge feeling because in The Sims, it doesn't matter what age the Sim is. They all love to crowd the computer, so I have a feeling that one and only computer will definitely be used all the time. Like, it will probably be hard to get to be able to use it, so I would personally recommend having a laptop in your Elder's catalog, like the inventory, and then they can just use it in the cafeteria or something. Like, they can sit down at the dining table and use their laptop whenever they need to use it. But I personally really like to do realistic gameplays, and so most elders, they don't know how to use those contraptions, and so it really just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have computers all over the place. So I would much rather have a room full of game tables for Scrabble or Don't Wake the Llama or cards. That makes a lot more sense to me for Elder Sims than like a computer room, you know? So we are now finally working on all of the bedrooms. They are all relatively the same. I have all of the same beds, but I alternate between the bedspread colors. I tried to keep the frames themselves the same, which I did a relatively good job. There's only like 3 different cover swatches that has the same bed frame. So in this room we have a yellow bed, some of them have a blue bed, some of them have like a bluish pinkish bedspread. But like I said, they're all relatively the same. All of the rugs are the same rug, just with different swatches in most of the rooms. There's some that have the same swatch, but I tried to keep those that have the same swatch on opposite sides of the building, if that makes sense. And other than that, I am trying to add some personal items that differ from one another. Like, I'm trying to make all of the furniture itself the same, because that's how it would be in a real retirement home, but the personal objects for the Sims would be different because they all have different personalities. So I'm trying to keep those different personalities in mind. That first one that I did, I thought that Sam was really into like knitting and maybe cross stitching, and so I added some knitting baskets right next to a rocking chair. You'll have to add the knitting basket in your inventory for the Sim to actually be able to use, but I just really liked that little detail in that room. And on top of the dresser, I also added some little knitting objects just to make it kind of obvious to whoever's playing in this retirement home that that particular Sim likes to knit. And in this room, I'm adding a table here with a couple of different creativity things to do. So one of them is like a little flower presser that is from Enchanted by Nature, and if you have flowers in your inventory, then you can press them in that book. And then the other one is the little arts and crafts kit from Adventure Awaits. So maybe whatever Sims share that room, they're both very into creative things. They love to make crafts and work in that little flower pressing book, and they share that in common, so they are like perfect roommates. And then the next room I decorated is where 3 different Sims stay, whether you want them to be 3 elder Sims or maybe 2 elder Sims and a visitor, or all 3 visitors. It's completely up to you. But I was thinking maybe both beds on the bottom, like there's a single bed there and then the other bed is on the bottom of the bunk bed. Those probably would make sense for the elder Sim so that they don't have to climb up the ladder. And maybe whoever is visiting one of the Sims has the top bunk. That's kind of my mind frame when it comes to it. I think that makes the most sense to me. I don't think I really added any personal items in that 3rd bedroom. I don't really know why. I think I started running out of ideas, to be totally honest. So maybe they just like to read or something. Maybe they just like to play board games. They don't really have any sort of personal interest, I guess. That would be perfect for you guys. That's where you guys come in. You guys could totally personalize that room yourself and add exactly what you want your Sims to be interested in. And then as far as the other 3 rooms on the other side, they're relatively the same as the 3 I already did, with a little bit of a difference. There's one that looks like, you know, that elder Sim is into knitting. And then there's another one that doesn't really have interest. There is a little bookshelf or like a bookcase, a stack of books on top of the dresser with a recliner or rocking chair next to it, so maybe they're just really into reading. However, there is one that's completely different than all of the rest. I forgot until watching this back that I actually ended up adding a computer in one of the rooms. So maybe that's like perfect for you guys to have your Sim in so that they have their own personal computer, or you could leave it for one of the other guests. But I was thinking maybe they're really into chatting with their pen pal online, or maybe they like to write books. Maybe that was their profession before they retired. Whatever it is, I just thought maybe it would be interesting to have one of the rooms have a computer desk in there, and none of the other rooms do, because it's pretty few and far between. It's not very common for elders to know how to use a computer, or much less like to play on the computer. This is the room you'll find most of the elder Sims during free time. That is the game room. well, I already finished it, but it just has a couple of game tables. It has the keyboard I was talking about. Maybe one of your Sims could play on it, or you could have the entertainer entertain the Sims while they're playing their board games. I have a little table with stacks of board games on it and even puzzles. I really loved that little touch. It looks like, you know, they go over there, they grab whatever game they want to play or puzzle they want to do, and then bring it back to the table and they all play or work on a puzzle together. And that is it for the main building, other than the upstairs area where all the workers are. I'll do that in just a moment, but I am now finishing up the little fitness room. I absolutely love the way this area turned out. I love how I have the platforms where it's like you step up on both sides. You could go on one side or the other, and then it has another platform up which has the instructor's bike on it. I think that is such a cute detail. It's almost giving like a stage vibe, which I love, and it makes sense for the instructor's bike to be up there because then all of the Elder Sims can see the instructor perfectly fine. And they also have that beautiful view in the background that I was talking about through the windows. And then I have plenty of workout posters for motivation. I have some mirrors with some little weights next to it. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I don't think you're able to use those little like weights on the stands. I'm pretty sure that's just decoration. But I did put a mirror there just for extra decoration, just to make it look functional. And then I have some mirrors behind the little punching bags so that you can look at yourself while you're punching. And then next to the treadmill area, I end up adding a little mini fridge that I was thinking they could grab a protein shake or something, or maybe some water after working out. And then I also put a little drink tray on top of the fridge. I thought that was a cute touch. And then I have the radio on the nightstand or end table next to it. In the bathroom, the side where the showers are, I have some towels on the shelving above the end table that was there. Or, well, no, I actually decided to remove the end table and I put a hamper there instead. I thought that was super cute to have some towels. It looks like the elders, after they get out of the shower, after their workout, they can grab a towel to dry off, and then they can put the towel in the hamper right there. I just thought that was a nice little realistic touch. And that is officially it for the little fitness area in the back. I am now working on the landscaping and we are going to finish up the pool area as well. I absolutely love the fact that I added this little sign in the front yard. I feel like that's what makes it really look like a community lot and not just like a house. Because I mean, on the outside it looks like a huge house, but that's how the majority of like retirement homes look in real life anyways. And then I added this little sign that says the name of the retirement home, which I thought of a name actually. It's going to be listed on my gallery with the name. It's going to be called Old Oak Retirement Home, which, listen, that might be, you know, kind of not morbid, but I don't know, stereotypical maybe? I don't know. I thought it was super cute though. Old Oak Retirement Home. There's oak trees in the front yard, in the backyard, and old people go here. I mean, I feel like it kind of makes sense. I thought it was perfect. I happen to love the name. Hopefully you guys like the name too. And I feel like I've seen retirement homes that were called that before. I don't know. I thought of it so fast and it just made so much sense. So that is what I name it on the gallery. So you could probably go on my gallery and type in retirement home. It'll pop up. But if not, then Old Oak Retirement Home is the official name on the gallery. And if you're interested, my gallery is linked down in the description box below. It's on my main YouTube profile as well. If you still can't find it for whatever reason, then it's literally the same as my YouTube name, The Clumsy Simmer, with no spaces though. So I have some recycle bins in the very back. So if you have some Sims that are like Maker Sims or Freegans, then you could totally have them dumpster dive in the back. Or if you have some really weird Elder Sims, you can also woohoo in the recycle bins. Or the dumpsters, I should call them. They're not really recycle bins. They're more like dumpsters, which just makes it even worse. But yeah, you have a couple of different ways you can use those dumpsters in the back. We are now working on the pool area. I really wanted to add some lounge chairs here, so we added about 4 of them. And I also have a couple of umbrella tables and chairs here as well. We have a grill so that they can have some really yummy grilled food on a hot summer day. This area would be so much fun to have like a summer pool party for the Elder Sims. I think that would be so cute. I do end up adding some pool floaty loungers in the pool as well so that your Sims could just, you know, take a nap on a pool floaty and float around. And instead of adding water slides, I ended up adding some diving boards instead. I just feel like that makes more sense for Elder Sims. They seem like they would much rather dive than go down a water slide. Like, they probably would like a water slide, but they could practice their diving skills. Maybe you could hire a diving instructor or something, and they could teach your Elder Sims how to dive accurately into the pool. I also never use the diving boards. I always do the water slide, so this gave me the perfect opportunity to do the diving boards instead. So other than the pool area, I tossed around a few different ideas of what else I could add in the yard for your Elder Sims to work on as far as like skills go, or even just fun items. So I end up adding a little garden area as well. It's right in between the pool area and the fitness building. I was able to fit a total of about 6 of the planter boxes, which was a lot more than I thought I was going to be able to fit. I also end up putting a bench there as well so that they could just sit and view their little community garden that they have here. And then of course I add some little garden decorations as well. I just tried to make it look as cute as possible. And that is it as far as little outside activities go. I almost added a little blanket in the other part of the grassy area where they could have a picnic, or your Elder Sims could also woohoo there too, but I couldn't make it look right. So I decided against that. I didn't add any telescopes either. You could totally add that yourself if you do really want those items, or there's really space for you to add any outdoor items that I didn't add that you might want. So I will leave that up to you. Other than that, it's pretty much done outside other than the terrain paint and some last minute landscape touches that I add here and there, but for the most part it's pretty much done out there. I really love the pale pink hydrangeas matched with the yellow flowers. I think those complement each other very well. It looks really good with the blue paneling I have on the outside of the house, and then the red brick, of course. I just think those look super cute together. And I have some white flowers added here and there to break up the color a little bit. And last but not least, I am now working on the upstairs area where all of the workers will sleep. I have individual bedrooms for these workers. Some of them have bunk beds, some of them have individual beds, but I should have enough beds for all of the workers you need. I have like a cleaning person, I have a chef, there's the entertainer. There might even be 2 cleaning people, and maybe the cleaning people could share a room. That should be more than enough for this retirement community to run efficiently. Oh, I forgot about the fitness instructor. So instead of 2 cleaning people, there's a fitness instructor and a cleaning person. So that should be all that you need though. And then of course they have their own bathroom upstairs as well. And that is it as far as this retirement home goes. Now at this point, I'm really just doing terrain paint. So I am probably going to leave you guys to enjoy the rest of this video on your own. So I'm not just rambling for the extra 3 minutes that are left. I had so much fun building this for you guys and going over it with you as well, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Of course, if you enjoyed it, or if you want to see me build more community lots similar to this one, then be sure to leave a like. That lets me know you enjoyed it and you would like to see more of it. And also subscribe if you have not already, Share this video with your friends if they are simmers as well, and if you think that they would enjoy it. Be sure to leave a comment down below of what your favorite part of today's build was. And of course, this is on the gallery if you would like to download it, which is linked down in the description box below. Do not forget that it does have a name to it. You could probably type in retirement home on my profile directly and it will probably pop up, or you can type in Old Oak Retirement Home because that is what I named it. Be sure to stay tuned for the screenshots if you are interested. I do have some at the very end of the video. I really hope you guys have an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye guys!